Guys, when I started out, as a lash artist, and I don't have a lot of information. This is about 15 years ago. Okay, don't have a lot of information, don't have a lot of resources for me to reach out, to read, and to learn from the our predecessor or lash pioneer. So therefore, a lot of what I've been through is the trials and errors. So what I have pretty much put together the benefits and the drawback of lash extensions for any one of you out there as a new lash artist, brand new, just graduated, just learned, and as well as those who are still in the fence right now. So you kind of like, okay, well, I don't know if I should go into this lash industry. I don't know if this is good because I hear a lot of negativity regarding to the business, but there are always benefits and drawbacks. I wanted to give you real information so that way you can make that decision, and maybe in the end, our academy here may be able to give you some insight. But first of all, guys, let me give you a rundown. The question is, there are benefits and drawbacks about lash extensions a lash artist must know before you stepping into the industry or you are just starting out. Let me go ahead and run this through. Guys, I remember I have a student. Her name is Jeanette. And Jeanette comes to me, Jeanette is a new grad lash extension student. She said, Tanya, I have a client coming in, right? And I start doing lashes on her. I mean, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing consultations as well. But little by little, I did not know when issues arise. So one of her issues arise is that clients start asking her questions. Client would ask her, Jeanette, is my lash gonna fall out, right? So let me tell you, if Jeanette have not gone through some training, she would have not know what exactly to tell the client. So there are some informations out there, she would, you as a lash artist, a trained lash artist would know how to answer. And some of you out there maybe did not have a chance to get your training through. It's still in the air, right? So in the end, Jeanette come to me and thank you and say, Miss Tanya, I appreciate you and appreciate the academy that you had really taught us well as far as how to recognize the problem and how to address it. So I appreciate that. Without the training, she would not know how to answer these questions. And Jeanette's story had really reminded me when I was 15 years ago, when I was first starting out, when lashes is still very new and fresh. So what happened back then, I have come across an issue where I don't know how to answer. When allergic reaction started, I don't know how to answer the client. Only is because I did not have a very thorough training. And lo and behold, I was so devastated. I was I was scrambled, I was sweating. My client come across an allergic reactions to the glue. And keep in mind, 15 years ago, the glue was not very well developed. So there are a lot of side effects, a lot of chemicals that are coming into contact where you have no idea how it's going to affect. So keep in mind, back then I was young too, new to the industry, and was very scared. So as I go, I was able to look at the issue. I address the client. Her eyes is all puffy up, red, and scabs coming out. I was so scared. So I allowed her and take her to see a doctor, to the emergency, and it went to that extent. Right afterward, I learned my huge lessons. So I started to doing research and learn a lot more about lash extensions. So since then, I cultivate and take in all these issues and questions. So put it together where later on, someone can benefit. I don't want anybody else to get into the same mistake that I did. So, okay, guys, that's my story. But I wanted to tell you these are the benefits here and drawback. So the benefits of having lash extension, that it works. Okay, it works is that it really gives you a fluffy lashes, nice and bouncy and long, lengthy. So it really works. It just doesn't give you really, sometimes I say out of the moon look. Okay, the second one that gives benefit is that it completely customizable. What I mean by that is that, like what I showed you before, one of our lash case here, it's in different length, different curl, and different thickness. So you can use it and customize according to the client's natural lash. So you have to know that. You don't have to put all one size. I remember one of my students came to me when I first started training in 2007, and she go, okay, well, you know what? This is great because I can use this one length. I want to have a Barbie doll look. So she applied, size 14 from inside out, completely just one length. So guess what? When the client's lash came up, it looks, I cannot imagine, what it looks like to you. But I go, no, not this look. So there you go. You can customize it according to the natural lash, okay? And thirdly, it is virtually waterproof. Even right now with the glue that we have, it's one of the best in the industry. When I had it, I shower every day and I have water just splash in every day, and I still be able to come out and it still be the same. I don't get any fallout. And I understand a lot of you out there sometimes thinking, oh my gosh, this application is not good because I have fallout, extensions is not great. So I can tell you off the bat is that how you were trained, okay? But it is virtually waterproof, and I'm a living proof to that. Fourth one is that it's pain-free. Having lash extension is not something that you have to encounter as far as pain. It's supposed to be a very pleasant experience. You can lay down and you just go to sleep afterward. And I talk about this whole tender loving care, how to care for your client, and that also included in that video. So you might want to check that out too. How is it that you are going to implement a certain steps to allow that pain-free experience? Okay. Fifth and last is that it's usually safe. Okay, guys, right now with the glue and with all the tools that will be implemented into the application, is very safe. If your are trained well from an institution or an academy where it is written well and very thorough, you will have a successful training, and you would not be coming across where it's not safe, because you learn everything from safety, hazardous to non-hazardous. So make sure that if you are wanting to become a lash artist or is already newly graduate lash artist, you may want to sort of look into this informations here. So it's more like a Bible for you. You keep it there, and once you have any situations coming up, you know how to deal with it. So with anything, there's always pros and cons. So we have a benefit of having lash extensions, guys. There's a drawback. So I wanted to really show with you what's a drawback is all about here. I'm going to keep this. Okay, so the drawback, first drawback is that it may irritates or infections. There are irritations and infections risk. Okay, guys, let's do this. Sometimes our body hormone level is so different. We take in and we have a different level of tolerations on everything. So you have to understand that not everybody is the same. Sometimes it can irritate someone, or it can comes into an infections, but it may not have a drawback with another person. So it all varies. And for me, my experience is that I have no problem of taking in any type of glue. Any type of glue you throw at me, my lashes, I can take it. But I know my client, I remember Phyllis, anything that has a bit of a chemical into it, she will immediately react. So when working with a client, you always should have a glue that is professionally done, and also a glue that is for medical grade, that you can use it for those clients that have a little irritation. But overall, this may happen or may not happen. Okay. The second drawback is that investment of time and money. Guys, having a natural lash extension put in is not free, and is not, time free. It will take your time away from your schedule. You need a minimum of an hour to an hour and a half or 2 hours when having this application. And they're not cheap, okay? It's, after all, this is a luxury. I would think is a luxury. Something that you can incorporate it into your daily life. For example, I have a client who is working, she's privately owned, she's a CEO of a company, and she have to have, her image has to be polished daily. She is in front of a public, so having a lash is a must for her. So therefore, it is one of the expenses that is a must and is needed. So it's a luxury. Not everyone was able to wanted to do it because they have priority. So that's another drawback there. But it's workable, okay? I have a client, oh my gosh, this is amazing. She would not shop, she would not eat, she would not even not to do nails, just to be able to get her lashes on. It's amazing. So I think, coming into a lash industry has a benefit to it too, right? The third drawback is the potential damage to natural lash. Guys, this is real. I never teach my students that, hey, you know what, lashes forever and you will not have any damages, that would be a false information, because it is potentially damaged in a way that all lash have a life shelf. It does have a turnaround rate, just like anything. So we have about 60 days to even 90 days of turnover rate. And some of the extensions that happens to fall onto the old lashes and it shed. So guess what? Potential damage, meaning that it can fall out. And the second to that, if a lash extensionist or a lash artist did not go through a proper training, she may apply the lash incorrectly, where it can be stuck together, and in time our natural lash grow out, it got pulled out. All this here, guys, is going to be in one of our session. We're going to talk lengthy about the art of lash applications, but this here is going to be one of the drawback of getting lash extensions. So if you have to tell your clients, please be truth, but back up with the positive outcome to it. Okay, not everybody, not all the lashes were going to be damaged. Okay, I have to make sure that's clear. The fourth one is that uneven fallout. So if you have a fallout, what I mentioned before, that our lash have a different level of life shelf. One may fall out today, and one may fall out a week from now. So if a newborn lashes were born today and there's going to be a newborn lashes going to be in the next week. So you have newborn every day, and then you have a fallout every day. So as one fallout, you're gonna leave that spot, and then the other one will remain. So that's why you have an uneven fallout. Like not every lashes will fall out one time. Okay, so that's a good thing. Thank goodness they don't do that. And then lastly, washing your face is a pain. Well, someone would think it's a pain, but from my experience, I remember having lashes that I wear for years, 2 years in a row. I don't even take it off, only because I really need these lashes for me just to go out in public. I am seeing my client every day. I am seeing different people every day, so I need those lashes. It can become very, very addicting, and it can be a part of your life year after year. So I learned how to come around washing my face, and amazingly, it's so amazingly that I was able to do that as a second nature. So when I wash my face, I just do around it and I'm fine. I have no problem. So it would never be a pain for me, but it could be a pain for someone else who just starting out. Oh my God, how am I gonna wash and not having water comes in contact of these lashes? So in time, if you wear lashes for a while, you come to learn how to modify yourself and how to work these lashes into your daily routine, and it will not be becoming a pain for you. Okay, guys, this is what I have for you as a new lash artist, or if you are just coming into the lash industry, that you want to know what's the benefits and what's the drawback. If you have any problem, guys, if you need to explore these options and wanted to know more about lash extension industry, Glamour Academy is here for you. I am here for you. My job is to give you the insight, the knowledge about the lash industry. So you can direct message here for me, or you can call us here directly at 951-800-8007. Myself or one of our team member will be gladly to address the problem, and any questions, anything at all in regards to the training, as well as the questions for the lash industry.